For example, Herman Melville, the guy that wrote the Moby-Dick, the bloody big whale that was getting hunted. I've never read it, funnily enough. Or, I don't know if there's a film or a play out. I've never read it or checked out what it's about. Yeah. But as I was researching, I found out that like the guy was like 26 or something when he first published his first novel. Apparently, this is in the Victorian era or whatever. Yeah. And like people loved this stuff. Like he dropped like 4 back-to-back bangers that the whole public, like internationally, he was just like, yo, this is the guy. This is the guy, yeah. And then he started like coming closer with one brother who was another writer. Yeah. Like that guy was like saying, man, you gotta do more philosophical stuff. The first few books that he was writing was like all adventure kind of books, you know, like thrillers kind of thing. Yeah. So the guy's like, oh, come on, man. You're like, I know you're a deep guy, man. You can like try and educate the people a little bit, like get them thinking about philosophy, you know, get them thinking about sociology, all of this stuff. Yeah. So he did start thinking about all this stuff and started talking about. Like, he's like, oh man, that's a good idea, man. I know, man. I need to expand my horizons, you know. So this is at the age of 26, he's published like 4 books. Or he's from 26 to like 30, he's like published like 4 books, and then all of them have hit. Like, so he's not like a starving artist. He's made bread, innit? Yeah. Like he's made bread, and sometimes that's in that area. They used to, when you'd write a book, the editors would, or the publishers would see it. Yeah, and then they'll be like, some of this stuff won't fit this audience. Some of this stuff won't fit this audience. Yeah. So, but you don't have a choice. But they'll go and remove stuff. Damn. They'll go and remove stuff from the books, right? And then the books like looks like it's a completely different book. Yeah. So basically, he wrote for an American audience most of the time, but the British system at that time was the leading system, right? So like literature.
Was he American or British?
He's American. So British literature was thriving, right? So the British people were the ones that are holding the standards, basically. So if a British reviewer said, yo, this is whack, the whole world would be like, this must be whack. Yeah. And sometimes it's not like they're just saying this is whack. They'll be like, this is whack, and this guy is crazy. They'll write your name off. They'll be like, this is whack, and put him in hospital. Straight.
Look this brother up.
Look him up. Yeah, it's that bad. So basically, he started thinking, let me make this Moby-Dick story very like complicated and detailed, and talk about philosophy. Captain Ahab's the main character. The main character is being written about, but it's from the perspective of a guy called Ishmael. He's just a ship boy. He's a little young boy on the ship where he's just narrating the whole story. He's talking about how much Captain Ahab lost his leg or something to the whale. Yeah. So he wanted to kill that whale by hook or by crook, right?
We're gonna kill that whale.
Like, he was, I'm gonna get that. He had a poster of it on the wall every day. I'm gonna get you, man. You know. And then Ishmael's probably like the stories are like written from Ishmael's perspective. Basically talking about the like he's asking Captain Ahab questions and all this. Like why? Like why are you gonna kill it so bad? Like so he's talking about all this philosophy and stuff, but also. The guy's talking about whale anatomy. Like he's going like Captain Ahab was like, I know exactly what part I'm gonna get, how I'm gonna get it, how I'm gonna slice it up.
Thinking about this.
Yeah, so Herman Melville, the author, he's written all about this stuff. Yeah, but it's not like.
How do you know this is the whale?
He was this is the funny thing. This is what I'm saying. All these creatives that like they were in all sorts of different careers. He was a sailor at one point.
No, I mean how would Ahab know this is the whale?
Because he's captured, he's killed other whales before and stuff. Like, how did he know it's that specific whale? Yeah. Apparently it was a wham whale, and it's like the biggest thing I've ever seen, basically.
Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah, it's that guy right there, yeah. So, yeah, funny enough, like I said, the author, he was a sailor as well. Like, he had experience, I don't remember if it was the Navy or something, I don't remember. Yeah. But he knew his way around the sea, basically. Yeah. So Herman Melville knew what he was talking about, basically. So, while he's doing, like, all this, he's telling a story about it, like, it was the writing was very complicated, and it was like one of them stories where you're bouncing from one character to another, and then you're bouncing to like he's telling details about the world that he's built. He's telling details about the whale, the anatomy, all this stuff. So people at that time were like, "What the hell is this nonsense?" We just wanted a straight story. What is this? And it's long. Apparently, the guy used to write for days, isn't it? Yeah. So then the book is hella long. He published it and he sends it over to his boy, and his boy is gassed. Yo, this is amazing, genius, right? And then the book gassed. They send it to the publisher, and the publisher's like, yo, what? You know what? I ain't gonna say nothing because you know what? You done your job before. Yeah. Let me just see what the public thinks. But in the meantime, I'm gonna remove some stuff from there that I think the public won't like, really. And like one of those things was like the whole epilogue, which is a very key. point, which is a spoiler alert, but basically Ishmael survives. Yeah, a few other people die. I'm not gonna say who. Well, the epilogue doesn't say that. The epilogue says that, but the epilogue gets completely removed by the publisher or the editor. So then half the world thinks, what the hell is this story? It doesn't even look complete, blah, blah, blah. And then they basically brand Melville as an idiot. Like they just say, yo, this guy is washed. Yeah. He's done. And he's eating up his last bit of bread now. He's all this money that he's made from his previous novels. And he's thinking, what the hell?
What's just
I thought this book was genius. Yeah. And this is like, the Americans love him, but then the British guys were just like apparently there was an actual newspaper article. The headline was like, Melville is crazy.
I just know what these British guys are thinking, man.
You see what they do to Raheem Sterling and all this? Melvin is
well, this Rashford helps the kids, but can't even help his team.
Yeah, nah, the British guys were like, yo, this guy is crazy. So the American guys were like, we gotta lock him up. Yeah. Lock him up, call it a day. So then he's like, nah, man, I got something else cooking, man. So within 1 year, he publishes another book. Yeah. So there's another flop. Yeah, there's another flop in the eyes of the public.
Stinker.
Yeah, another stinker. This time he was trying to go back to his root. He was trying to make it the adventure thriller. There's another stinker. By the age of 32, his career's washed. He's done.
Did he not get back to the top after that?
He didn't get back to the top. His career is finished. You know what he did after? He became a customs officer in the ship port for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
That was it. So
and it was Moby-Dick that killed him.
And then no, he just died of normal causes.
No, I mean like not the whale, brother.
I know, I played. But
if it was a whale,
get him to life. Oh, if you died from a whale, wow.
Hey, that
would have been
crazy. But as in
insult to injury,
the book that is the book for him. His opus maximus.
Yeah, the best book he's ever written ruined his career. And he never recovered from it.
That's wild.
And after he died, a couple of years later, all the different publishers and stuff, they started reading through it again, and they're like, "Oh, this guy, man, he was ahead of his time. He was spitting." And then that's how it became popular. And that's like just one case where I'm just like, that kind of put things into perspective for me, because I was like, yo, like he was already successful, and he put something out that he thought was going to be even more successful, and his whole career derailed as a result of that.
Yeah, no, of course.
Thank you guys for watching. If you like that video, you can see more right here. Make sure to subscribe as well, and we will see you guys on the other side.